Welcome to the Sleepy G Show. I'm your host, your most. My name is Gomez. And tonight, like every night here at the show, we do have a great special guest. And I'll tell you this is a good one tonight, guys. I would like to introduce April Brucker. She's a ventriloquist. She's been on many different shows, but also, what are we doing? We're talking Christmas. Why? She's got a new song out for Christmas, and we're going to talk about that and all her ventures that she's been doing. But let's first introduce April. April, how are you tonight?
I'm good. I'm better now that I'm here.
Well, I really appreciate you coming on tonight. It's amazing. You look amazing tonight too, I must say.
Thank
But
you. Thank you. Ho, ho, ho.
well, let's talk about that as you put that in a great, interesting way. We're here talking about Christmas and your new Christmas song. I'm so glad I didn't marry you, which is kind
Yes.
of
Yes.
marry
Merry
and marry.
Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, marry you, marry you. How I gotta ask, how did you come with the name of this title of this song?
Well, it's actually a crazy story. I'm not the biggest fan of Christmas. As a matter of fact, because Christmas is the most wonderful time of the year, and it's like ding dong. And anyway, long story short, I was telling my manager, Clinton Ford Billups Jr., I hate Christmas. And he said, well, April, just think if you write a Christmas song, you can make money for the rest of your life. And I'm like, well, you have a point. So anyway, fast forward a few months into this, around this time, I meet my friend Costas Gus Christ, who is professionally known as Costas Dino, and he actually worked on a Grammy nominated album, believe it or not.
Oh wow.
And he said, you should do a song with your puppets. And I said, I should do a Christmas song with my puppets. And it was too late to release it for Christmas 2023 because this was like already December.
Hmm.
So we wrote it and we released it for Christmas of 2024. And basically, it's dedicated to all the bullets I've dodged.
Okay, there's some bullets. We could talk about some of those bullets too, if you'd like.
Yes, we
Um,
can talk about all those bullets if you like.
well, what's the one of the bullets? I guess is the good question. Let's start off with the first bullet.
The first bullet is my former fiance. We got engaged on the third date, which should have been a red flag.
That's yeah. Third date. That's pretty quick. I think you're the first person I ever met that's ever said that to me. Got engaged after the
Yeah,
third day.
some of that was my fault, but he was so romantic. But anyway, he made me choose him or the puppets. And I chose him initially. I put the puppets under the bed. Okay, it was so not fun. May Wilson, everybody. So, May, I was telling him about how I left my fiance for my puppets. Yeah, that's right. April put me under the bed, and I was getting bugs. And let me tell you, not the fun kind. Okay, like Kim Kardashian gets. Okay. Yeah, so he made me choose between him and the puppets. And then I found out that he was actually kind of mean. That's the other thing. I would say so. And so I was supporting him. The relationship got worse and worse and worse. So one day I went to my room, I looked under my bed, I saw my puppets, and I said to you, May, what did I say? I said, I miss you. And I said, what we need to do? We need to tell him at least decided. So I went in the kitchen with May on my arm. And what did you say to him, May? I said, April's chosen between the puppets and you, and she's chosen law. And P.S. Here's a magnifying glass. I still can't see your dick.
Oh my God. So, I mean, I think you made a wiser choice, obviously, with with the puppet. I would agree with that 100%. I mean, I love I love this actually. It's actually really, really cool because besides, seeing some of the other acts that's out there, but seeing you with this is actually really cool because I've never actually had the opportunity to ever talk to somebody who with a ventriloquist before. This is actually really cool.
Thank you. And May, and so anyway, so we dumped him as a duo. Exactly. And so anyway, that's how I became a professional ventriloquist. And so I would perform anywhere that God allowed, whether it was bowling alleys, I performed on the street, I performed in comedy clubs, and we just started to perform. And so fast forward, we're performing in Brooklyn And this guy comes up to us with a camera, and he's very cute. And he says to me, actually, May, he says, "Is it true that you left your fiance for your puppets?" And I said, "Yes, it is, cutie. I'm available." And then he said he had a girlfriend, but that still didn't stop me. But anyway, he asked if he could take our picture. No, 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 no. He asked if he could take my picture. So anyway, he took our picture. No, no, he took my picture. And we didn't hear from him, but a year later we get a call, ring a ding ding. Hi, I'm a casting assistant with TLC. Is it my boyfriend took your picture about a year ago with his camera? Is it true that you left your fiance for your puppets? And I said, well, there's more to the story. I said, yes, it's absolutely true. Put me on TV. I'm ready for my close up.
And hence that's how TLC came knocking on the door for one of the episodes.
Yes. And then the story reached the Daily Mail, and we went viral long before coronavirus made it cool. From England to Iceland to Italy, then from Russia to China to India, then from Australia to Singapore to Indonesia, then from Ghana to Nigeria to Kenya, then from Colombia to Brazil to Guatemala. That's right. I am a celebrity in Guatemala. The headline read as follows: Ventriloquist who splashes out 20 grand a year on her puppets. They even had their own bedroom. Dumps her fiance after he says it's them or me. Folks, I thought I found my Mr. Right. Boy, was I wrong. So I'm not looking for Mr. Right, May. I'm just desperately seeking Mr. Okay. And April, what are you doing on this show looking for some random guy from Oklahoma when you have this tasty piece of ass right here? Okay, his wife might be listening to that. Who knows? She might be into that too. Is she into puppets? Because once you go puppet, you never go muppet again. So yeah, we were in the Daily Mail twice, and then we wrote the song. And tell them where the song was featured. It was featured on the Kyle and Jackie O show. That's right, the Kyle and Jackie O show, the number one morning show in Australia. That's right. I went down under.
That's amazing now to even, go international like that too. I mean, that's huge. I mean, I can only dream of going international with my show, but I'm happy to be, anywhere here in the United States these days.
Yeah, actually, and here's the funny thing. Um, we were on the Colin Jackie O show, and they found us wandering around a casino. True story. And they said, "Hey, do you want to be on the radio?" True story. So we're waiting by the elevator, and this is just a story. And there was a celebrity on before us by the name of Dua Lipa, and I guess she's a big deal now, but I'm not 15. I had never heard of her. So I'm waiting by the elevator, and this slight girl, long dark hair, glasses, comes over to the elevator with some people, and I figure she's somebody, and she walks over to look out the window, and she's pretending to look out the window, and I realize she's scoping me out. No, 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 no. She was scoping me out. And then she gets on the elevator, and I realize, oh my gosh, that's Dua Lipa. She wanted my autograph. No, mate, she didn't. Yes, she did. No, she didn't. Yes, she did. No, she didn't. Yes, she did. No, she didn't. Yes, she did.
And did she get May's autograph too?
Did she get your autograph? No, the elevator came.
Okay. All right. Well, I figured I'd at least ask that question for you. Now, how long have you been being as a ventriloquist? Now you said 20 years now. Like, how did you starting besides boyfriend being, kicked them to the curb for the puppets? Like, how long, where was your passion for it? How did you come involved with it before you met the ex-boyfriend?
Well, I became involved in it. I was 13 and I grew up without television. And I was watching an Edgar Bergen tribute special.
Okay.
And anyway, long story short, I didn't have cable before then. My dad finally ordered cable because he wanted to watch the local games with my brother. Grew up right outside of Pittsburgh. So anyway, we're watching an Edgar Bergen tribute special, like I said. And long story short, my dad and the rest of my family tried to talk like the ventriloquists. April was the only one that could do it. So that Christmas, my mom got me a Groucho Marx puppet under the tree.
Oh, nice, nice. And then from there, it just took off for you.
Yes.
That's amazing. Now, I know you've done different cities. You've been to New York, you're in Vegas doing shows. Like, how amazing is that? Going from almost any city from Vegas to New York to LA, even down under. Well, how is it traveling for you guys during the times? You know what I mean?
Well, we didn't quite go down under. They were in Vegas and they came to us, but
Oh,
we would like to go down under. It's always nice to meet different people. It's always nice to make nice looking men like yourself laugh. And by the way, just so you know, our song is available on all major streaming platforms, and it's available on TikTok, and it's available to use as a reel. So, if you want to dedicate something to an ex-girlfriend you didn't marry and say, "Hey, I'm glad I didn't marry you," this is the song to tag her in.
that's true. I could say that with one of my exes back in the day.
Well, everybody has one, and that's the thing. And another funny story, the song was on British radio, and it was a morning show, and and the woman that owns the station is a bit of a character, and she had these guys on the station, and they're guys that are British musicians that are kind of notable. They're more behind the scenes composers. They hated the song. They had a visceral reaction to the song. It's because somebody said, "I'm glad I didn't marry you." I don't know if that's true, May. Hey, girl, you know what they call a musician without a girlfriend? I don't know. Single? No, homeless. Oh.
Ooh, okay. I like that one. I mean, now that you have the signal, I can't even say single, the single out. I can't even say signal, single anymore today. My brain's fried, unfortunately. It's one of those days.
It's okay. I feel you.
Now that it's Christmas time and everything, now you think you see beating Mariah Carey "All I Want for Christmas" song out of the way?
Well, I think I do because I'm going to be bigger than Mariah Carey's butt. May, be nice. Be nice. Besides, when people think of Christmas, they think of Mariah Carey. Oh, and I think of Christmas, I think of Jesus. I didn't know that you were Christian. No, I think of Jesus because he never returns my phone calls.
Well, I'll tell you this: every time I hear Mariah Carey, I kind of run. That's when I know it's Christmas time.
Yeah, well, what do you think when you hear Mariah Carey? I think I'm going to be bigger than her butt. That is so mean, May. But you said you gave yourself to Jesus and he never returns your phone calls. Yeah. As a matter of fact, he told me that he could turn water into wine. That's the last time I hook up with a gardener. But what if Mariah Carey hears this? Well, I'm just going to say this. Mariah Carey, I have a better weave than you. Okay, okay. But that's not very nice. What else would you say to Mariah Carey? Mariah Carey, you have so much bridge work that every time Nick Cannon kissed you, he had to pay a toll.
I love
Ooh,
that.
ooh, that is harsh. But what about like everybody else that performs around Christmas? Lady Gaga has a Christmas song. Oh, I love Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga loves me. I'm Gaga. Why are you Gaga for Gaga? Well, she's more relevant than Mariah Carey. She just did a duet with Bruno Mars. Well, that works out because we're both the same size.
And I'm looking forward to it. And then she's got her new movie out with Joaquin Phoenix, the Joker. So Joker
Yeah,
too.
she's got the movie out with Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker. Well, how do you feel about that? Well, she can always cast me in a movie. I'll be an extra. I'll be her stunt double. I hear that she likes rug burn. So you're gonna sleep with Lady Gaga to get to the top. Well, somebody has to. And besides, she's used to doing duets with short people like Bruno Mars, so it's just gonna be practice. Well, she's gonna be taller than you. Exactly.
She was taller. No, Bradley Cooper was taller than her in that movie she did with him.
Well, she's gonna be taller than what? But let me tell you something, Miss Piggy, if you're watching, you're Glaken compared to me. Glaken!
Well, at least you have your own mind on that one. At least I respect that. Love that you have your own thoughts on that. So that's a good thing. Um, Now with working with other shows, you've been on ABC, MTV, pretty much a lot of shows too. How does that when you go on live with them or record? How is it with going on shows?
How's it with going on shows? Well, with MTV and stuff, it's always a different experience because when you're on MTV, everybody's 25 years old and younger. So they have a grip on the latest technology, the latest slang. And then, funny story, when we recorded the Today Show, No. When I recorded the Today Show, I let you come along. Okay, mate. When we recorded the Today Show, it was actually a railroad style apartment, believe it or not. The whole set is railroad style.
Wow.
You're in Jersey, right?
Yeah, I'm in Jersey. Ooh, I think you
You're
froze.
frozen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one of us froze. Yeah.
yeah. You're in Jersey, right?
Yes.
Okay. Um, you know what a railroad style apartment is, right?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Yeah, it's a railroad style apartment. That's that set. And then when we were on Entertainment Tonight, no. When I was on Entertainment Tonight, no, mate, I was there. No. The only reason you got the gig was moi. Okay, fine. It was actually a really dank room with really dank carpet, and this producer who looked like somebody's mom that I went to school with was asking me questions. And I'm like, are you sure this is Entertainment Tonight and it's not a scam? But guess what? We were on Entertainment Tonight. Ta-da!
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like I actually know somebody who works for these shows, and they tell me they it's like these little rooms that you just don't realize. It's not like Jimmy Fallon's, like the Tonight Show, and these big areas. You know what I mean? That you expect. Even the
Yeah,
Saturday
it's
Night
not.
list, even the Saturday Night Live set, which I've been on several times to watch a live show.
Oh yeah, it's not what you would expect. And then when we were on What Would You Do, we almost got beaten up. That's right. What happened was we were doing a segment where the homeless lady, believe it or not, her husband was a ritzy guy. Okay. He had some big job. She lived in Riverdale and she took a car down. She was one of those hobby kind of actresses, you know.
Hmm.
And so, May, what did you say? Hey, homeless lady, why don't you get a work ethic and some self-respect? So anyway, long story short, this doorman who's been smoking all day, and you can tell
Oh,
he's having a bad day. He's having a day. He says, "Hey, stop making fun of the homeless lady." And I said, "It's not me, it's her." And he goes, "Oh yeah, well when the cops come, they're going to arrest the both of you." And he was so mad. So then the crew comes out from What Would You Do? And they're like, "This is John Quixote, so what would you do?" And he goes, You're making fun of homeless people." They're like, "No, the homeless lady's an actor." So he had to have a stress cigarette before he could be interviewed. I shit you not.
holy shit! And that's kind of wow. You just don't hear that kind of stories at all these days.
No.
Now, if you now you're permanently in Vegas, correct? Right now, as we're speaking.
Yes, I'm permanently in Vegas.
So now, if you when you're traveling, like say if you go into New York or LA, which one of your favorite cities to do shows at besides Vegas?
I I like New York City, and I'm going to tell you why. Because in New York City, you can hit the audience hard. They're not going to get hurt. And afterwards, they're going to be honest with you. Like that is one thing about New Yorkers is New Yorkers don't mess around. Whereas in LA, if they think they can get something from you, they're going to be nice. In Vegas, they're going to try to be your friend and try to be like, we cooperate. No, they want a favor from you. In
Hmm.
New York, they're not going to waste your time.
They'll tell you. They'll tell you
Yeah, oh, they're
straightforward.
gonna tell you. Like one time I did a show, and I kid you not, and I was out, and this kid goes, "Yeah, I bombed, but April bombed too." It's like, yeah, I know I bombed, but thanks for telling me. Thanks for reminding me I bombed, Bobby.
They're straightforward. We went. I remember going to Caroline's comedy club. No, Dangerfield's when it was Rodney Dangerfield's old club. We went to go there one night, me and a bunch of my friends, and a comedian was there, and was not probably the greatest comedian. He was looking, me and a couple of my friends, we were kind of busting on him. And
Hmm.
he's like, "Hey, Asian persuasion, come on, guys." And they're like, "Dude, they just cut you off, man. They just took your card away from that because
Yeah,
you're not that good."
yeah, really, yeah, and it's like they're gonna tell you you weren't that good or you were good or and I was doing a joint back in the day, and this guy was a mess, and I haven't told this story in a while. And he was notorious for like he punched a busboy. Like this was a guy that ran a room, and he was a bit of a mess. But anyway, his silent partner was in the Russian mob, and he came one night. And this guy liked me, and he was always giving me free food. And so his partner sees my show, and this guy was hard to read. So afterwards, he comes up to me and goes, "Some of your joke good, some but." And so he like this was like apparently he was in the Russian mob, but he thought it was okay. And so I'm like, I'll take that to the bank.
I would too, especially Russian mob. You never know what can happen. Any kind of mobster, doesn't matter if you're Italian, Russian, Hispanic. If they give you the thumbs up, you're doing something good.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Now, I know you've done the TVs. Is there any chance for movies for you guys at all? Maybe in the future?
We were actually in a scary movie a few years ago called Death of a Dummy. But I'd be into movies again. As a matter of fact, I'm a really good actress. I can do the emotions from A to B to D to whatever. I can cry, I can laugh on cue, and I'm also not opposed to working the casting couch.
I That's actually a good thing to know. Now, we know she'll do almost anything. How about you, April? For what kind of movies would you love to do?
I want to get in the right way. I want to get in the right way.
Mhm. And that's the thing.
Yeah,
What kind of movies would you guys like to? Well, if you guys were both in the same movie, what kind of movie would you like to do?
well, I would like to do a comedy, perhaps a Batman movie. As a matter of fact, everybody keeps telling April that you'd be a good Batman villain. Yeah, that's right. They keep telling me that I'd be a good Batman villain. What do you think? I think Lady Gaga, if you're watching and you need a villain for your next film, we're here.
I would actually say I could see that. I actually could
And
say,
and we would like to do a Bond movie too. I think April would make a hell of a Bond villain. But I'm the mastermind. She's cranky and I'm the brain. You see, I'm the genius and she's insane. She's the one that talks to dolls, okay? But like I said, I wouldn't be opposed to working the casting couch.
and that's one thing. All right, so Bond movies, Batman, any other type of movies you would like to do?
Bond movies, Batman, comedies. We like to have
No,
our own TV specials. We
uh,
like to have our own Netflix specials. So Amazon, if you're watching, we want to have our own specials. But one thing that I'm doing is I'm in another season of April in Vegas. That's right. I'm doing another pre-production. So we're working on getting our own TV show where I interview people. I'm not quite as good as you, but I play a role as the star asking all the hard questions on the street. So I'm going to ask you, are you into puppets? Are you into threesomes with schizophrenics? May, we work poolside at the English Hotel. That's what May is trying to say. But more than anything, I want to have a recording career and be bigger than Mariah Carey's glut. You said that previously, and her glut's pretty good these days, so I want to be huge. So about this recording career you want to have, tell him the platforms that the song is on again. Merry Christmas. I'm so glad I didn't marry you is on YouTube Music. It's on Deezer. It's on Pandora. It's on iTunes. It's on Apple Music, and it's available to use as Reels.
nice, and that will be on all of my links too. Your website, YouTube, and everything too. So not to worry, that's a good thing. We'll make sure we spread the love for you. I gotta say this. You guys are together. You guys are a great combination together. I will say that. Two beautiful ladies. I will say it. As a puppet, you're very beautiful, and April, you are too. I gotta say, you guys make a
Well,
perfect
I'm the
working
better
pair.
looking one. Let's face it. Let's face it. And can I tell you a secret? I have more human skin than Kathy Griffin.
Well, that I do believe, because Kathy Griffin, we don't know what she has, but I gotta
No.
say, no one knows. And this has been great. I mean, I love the fact that we touched on a lot of things, especially Christmas. We know both of you are not huge fans of Christmas. We know what you think about Mariah Carey's butt and her musical career. Um, with Christmas coming out, uh, are you guys going to be doing any Christmas specials this year for Christmas in Vegas?
Well, we're just trying to get as much as we can out of the song, but next year we want to do a Christmas special. But we're just trying to get the song on the radio this year. And how many radio stations are we on so far? We're on 20 radio stations with the
Hmm.
song already.
Nice. And in Christmas, we are around the corner, ladies and gentlemen. So I definitely say gotta listen to the song, gotta check out April. Um, and May here, I can't forget about you. So if I do apologize. You guys, I can't thank you enough for coming on tonight. So anything you guys would like to say to the audience this evening?
Yes. What do you want to say, May? I want to say that I'm Lee Wilson. And guys, if you're rich, I'm available.
We'll make sure we find the right person for both of you on that note.
And I'm April Brooker, and please check us out and please download Merry Christmas. I'm so glad I didn't marry you.
Definitely check it out. We're gonna be playing the song right after this. And guys, thank you so much for coming tonight, April. Thank you, guys. Like I said, as you can see, everything does happen for a reason. And I gotta say is thank you for having on. This was actually one of my favorite episodes already I've done so far this year. Because
Thank you.
this was a first for me, so I loved every minute of this. I was really excited. So
Thank you.
thank you so much, guys. Dreams do come true, and like I always say at the end of the show, it's nothing but love, peace, and happiness. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Mwah. Mwah.
Okay, everyone, let's all listen up. This is going to be the take that's definitely going to be the keeper. So let's do this. Merry Christmas. I'm so glad I didn't marry you. Take 37.
Saint Nick, if I'm naughty, can I be your Santa baby?
May, be nice. Let's sing a Christmas song.
Whatever ain't wrong.
Christmas is the time of the year for love and happiness. Sending Christmas cards to the ones that we love the best. The other day I thought of our love and how you sealed our fate on that third date, making me choose between my puppets and you.
Loser!
Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. I'm so glad I didn't marry you. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. I still hate you. You're up, May.
Christmas is the time of the year for tinsel, sparkles, and pearls. You said I wouldn't have to work if I was your girl. You told me you were a billionaire in cryptocurrency. Then you took me to the Waffle House, so I guess no diamonds for me. Oh, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. I'm so glad I didn't marry you. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. I still hate you.
You know who else hates you, my dog.
And your ex-wife and your daughter are hogs. And I'm sending your wife that photo of us in the hot tub, so you know.
Hey, Joe, I hate you.
And I hate you, Gary and Frank and Dave and Jim.
I hate you all.
And I'm putting it on social media, so
Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. I'm so glad I didn't marry you.
Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas.
I still hate you.
You disappointed me under the mistletoe. You had a tiny sleigh and you couldn't make it snow. Hello!
Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas.
I'm so glad I didn't marry you.
Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Your father's a Grinch and your mother's a shrew.
Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Here's some spoiled eggnog for you.
Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas.
I super duper hate you. I super duper hate you. I put it on social media. That's how much I hate you. And I hope everybody reads how much I hate you. And you're broke. And I hate you. And I hate you. And I hope you die. And I hate you.
May, calm down. Calm down, please.
On second thought, Santa, what if I'm naughty and nice? Can I jingle your bells?
Give it a rest, May.
Whatever ain't wrong.